Okay, hollow core door coming into the garage. It does not have a self-closing spring on it, and it's got a dog door installed inside of it. So the hollow core is not fire rated. If it was, the dog door compromises the fire rating, and it doesn't have a self-closing spring, so the door could stay open and a fire could walk into the house. This is the control for the garage door opener, and it doesn't have a warning sticker on it, and it's too low. Little hands can come up here and reach it. It's not very well mounted to the wall either. It's just kind of loose from the wall. Coming along here, the optic sensor does work, but the optic sensors are too high. We do not have a manual door lock, and that's a good thing. That would have been a deficiency. And the cables are not attached to the wall with insulated staples. We do not have a pull handle inside of the door or outside of the door. Sometimes these large ridges can serve as a pull handle, but you should have a pull handle inside and outside of the door. The door should be GFCI protected, and it's not. And we have a hole in the roof there, and we also we're missing the cover plate. The courtesy lights are working. The fluorescent lights should have tubes. There's one that's not working. Should have protective prism covers. And this, you're using cardboard to hold the NM to bootleg a third luminary off of that. That's just not really good. There should be spring tension notices on the corners of both corners of the doors. And there should be a warning notice on, so we don't have any warning notices, and we're missing one spring tension sticker notice. Coming along, we got a lot of garage storage, just a lot of it. But we're here now. This is a Federal Pacific load center, breaker box if you will. There's not a code that says I have to condemn this because it's Federal Pacific. It's the most unpopular box around. I'm a hypocrite about a lot of things. All this garage door stuff is wrong with my house. Not that my house is for sale, nor should you live like me, but I am a hypocrite about some of these things, including some of the things with a water heater for that matter. But what we're here to talk about is I'm not a hypocrite about Federal Pacific breaker boxes. I replaced mine. I did replace mine. Right over here, we've got some damaged wallboard. I'm not sure what that's about. Inside the panel cover, by today's standards, not when this was installed, but you should have two little rubber booties over that to protect the wires. If you don't know those are hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. The cabinet was properly secured with nails. The air conditioning is condensing unit is rated for 50 amp max, and that's a 60 amp breaker, so it's overfused. That white wire right there should be wrapped with black tape. Again, if you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this panel, but it should be. We do not have a main service disconnect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can throw this with 5 throws, but we have more breakers in here. It's kind of convoluted the way the code is written, but that is the way it's written. It's a split panel box. Regardless, it's a Federal Pacific. I'm going to have links baked in. There's not a home inspector in town that's going to think that this is a good thing. A lot of them run away from it, but whatever. But no, it is what it is, and they have a bad reputation for fires and deaths. So these wires are bent in a radius tighter than 7 inches. These wires are in direct contact with the panel cover. We got sawdust and dirt and debris in the bottom of the panel. We've got an open knockout right there in the panel. We've got some white neutrals are double lugged right there. So you're not supposed to have your neutrals double lugged. It's got a lot of issues. It's 150 amps. So this is something you might want to think about. The panel was not properly labeled. It is a handwritten. It should have been printed like that, not handwritten like that. Moving on along here. That right there, okay, that looks like termite tubes, but it's not. It's like glue. If it is termite tubes, they were glued. So I'm not sure. Subterranean termite shelter tubes. You're not supposed to have an air supply register inside of a garage. I mean, you can have it, but the problem is that it's got to be its own HVAC system. You cannot share the living space HVAC with the garage because of carbon monoxide and those kinds of things. You got some holes in the walls here. It's kind of ragged. Garage is not GFCI protected. You didn't get that much in the 60s, and it's not. Come along here. We've got, looks like hot and cold that are not labeled, but more importantly, they don't have a drain. Looks like there might have been a shop sink in here at one time. Maybe somebody was doing some clothes washing in here at one time. I'm not sure what was going on here at one time. And then moving on along here. See where this paper's missing right there? See all those marks on the chalk and the gypsum board? That is previous termite damage. This house has experienced termite damage. I haven't seen where it's been treated. It'd be reasonable to assume, and they've been here for a long time, I'm supposing. And you might want to find any documentation for termite treatments that might have happened. That looks like subterranean termite tubes, but I doubt it. But it can be. I mean, why not? You got termite damage over here, so you're not, you just the garage east interior wall that pretty much covers this wall right here. Previous termite damage, and that's what we got. We got storage. We got all this stuff in here. More storage. The casement's a little loose. It's, it's an old home. The steps look relatively uniform, and there's 3 steps, so the handrail's really not necessary. More previous termite damage right there. I walked right past it the first time. That's why you walk around and around. So previous termite damage there. Previous termite activity damage. Same thing. Right there. Questionable right there. Really don't think it is. I don't know if these shelves stay or not, but it looks like this top shelf is kind of leaning in. I don't know if that's by design. Maybe they were drawing at one time, but it's not level.